Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Fun Size, and look what we have here. We've got the easy A for the boy GT Goku as well as GT Vegeta, and we're on stage 27 as per usual. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and we're gonna go in with, okay, not this team. No, not this time, buddy. This team right here. I don't know why it's even doing that, to be honest. Why is it going over there? Maybe the game wants me to do something that I don't want to do. So here we go, right? We're gonna go in with this team. This is the power absorption team, not Sheen. The power absorption team, in which case it's led by Buhan or Boo-Tanks, I guess you could say that. But here we go, right? Here we go. Now, I will say, since I can't use my normal cheese team, this one might be a little difficult, and it might take a little bit longer than we would like it to take. But we'll see, right? We shall see. Simply because, well, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Go ahead and do this. Also, this video is essentially marking the end, or at least for me, the end of the anniversary, which is a bit sad, you know? It's a bit sad, but at the same time, I've been going full throttle on this game basically for like the last month, so I'm kind of okay with taking a bit of a break right now, you know? Dokkan's gonna become, you know, the off season, I guess you could say, for a little while. Nothing really exciting going on, which is totally fine by me. You know what I'm saying? That's totally fine. Why is that totally fine for me? Because again, I've been going pretty much non-stop on this game for like the last month, and I don't want to say I'm Dokkan'd out. However, I mean, I'll always upload Dokkan, but I do want to basically explore some other things right now. I have some other things that I want to do and all that stuff, in which case now I can, and it's awesome. So that means Ragnarok uploads, that means me just playing other games because I want to play games and, you know, be a gamer, be a little nerd. You know, I can do that now without feeling quote unquote guilty, because I still have an upload for you guys. I still have Dokkan in the background in the meantime, right? We're waiting for something cool to happen. I'll still give you guys, like, you know, obviously news and stuff like that, as far as like new characters that are coming out, new easy A's, the, you know, the important stuff, the stuff that we've been doing traditionally throughout the, you know, course of the channel. But yeah, I'm excited for the downtime, you know. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong, I love it when Dokkan is popping, because that's when the game is the most fun and we're able to just come together as a Dokkan community and be like, yeah, this game is the best, you know? Like, this game's the best. Amatsu's the best, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. I love that. But again, downtime, gotta have it, bro. Because if I swear, if every single day was Dokkan time, I used to think this, I'd be like, yo, awesome, right? It's anniversary time every day. No, I would literally just explode. I'd implode, maybe even. Like, bro, that's too much. That's too much all the time, and I feel like I'd get burned out pretty quick just doing it all the time. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of cool with the downtime. Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, it is still sad though, you know. It's marking the end of the anniversary, because as far as I know, nothing else happens after this as far as the anniversary. I mean, we've already got our new Dokkan Fest, which is the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. We don't have any more stages as far as I know. They're not going to add any more stages to the events or anything like that. So yeah, we're good, bro. We're good, and I'm pretty sure I was able to do pretty much all of it. The only things that I didn't do were the gods and the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Easy A video. And the reason why I didn't do that, I mean, I did the detail video, but I didn't do the actual Easy A itself, was because it's the same team. You know, there was really no point in showing that. Most of you guys already know what it is. You know, you guys already know how to do those things, and or you already know what I do to do those things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I felt it was kind of redundant and not really necessary. But this, however, this one's a little different. This one's different, because I have to use a different team, and you guys can sample this team if you guys want and just kind of mirror what I do. But for the most part, the other reason is because I have the team to do it. So I'm like, yeah, why not? Because normally, if I don't have the team to do it, I don't feel right posting something where you guys can't really imitate it, and or you probably shouldn't. you know, because sometimes these EZAs can be a really grueling process and it's not fun simply because I just don't have the team sometimes. Like, oh, you need Super Saiyan 3 or whatever, you know, something weird, or some other weird category. Like, even this category is not really that crazy popular to have all these characters, but at the same time, it you know, it's Boo, so I mean, it's not a big deal, but still, I know some people that just simply don't have these characters and it's really difficult, right? In which case, my advice to you is to either do one of two things: either just wait until you get them, or try your best to use your knowledge of the game and try to figure out not only the strongest teams that you have to do it, and or the characters that potentially could fit on the category that are part of another team, even if it's one or two people that fit on the category. Let's say you did the Majin Buu team and you only have like one or two Boos. Those one or two Boos would significantly help you if you're, let's say, using the Gotenks team or something ridiculous. In which case, you know, if you didn't have to, I, you know, obviously encourage you not to. However, if you did have to, I would say something like that. I'd be like, Majin Buu team, you know, you got a 200% lead there, and then you've also got a couple of Boos or whatever that you have, and just try to focus them as your main damage, right? And everybody else kind of just sits back and just goes, okay, well, as long as they live, they should be fine. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically the strat for the majority of EZAs anyway, but in this particular case, it would be just try to do your best and try to figure out who could do what. You know what I mean? Because things like you understand that, right? The dynamic of teams changes depending upon how difficult the event is, and or the typing and all that stuff. So I mean, if you have normally a really good tank for one area, sometimes you might even have to just take those Boo units and let those be your tanks. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it really comes down to just having the category advantage and just using that to the best of your advantage. But that's not always. Generally, the EZAs aren't super duper hard these days. Like, back in the day, we had Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Broly, STR Broly. That was, dude, those EZAs were brutal. They were so brutal. Matter of fact, I didn't even do the Super EZA for Super Saiyan 3 until much later. You know, like, I just couldn't do it. It was too hard, dude. It was too hard. And then Broly, I just happened to pull the LR, what was it? The Gotenks, right? The Mighty Mask, right? I pulled Mighty Mask, and I was like, no way. And then I was able to do the EZA. So I mean, like, he was really, really strong for that fight back then, you know. So I mean, yeah, he was good, dude. He was really good. What do we do here? We're guarding, right? Yeah, we're guarding. I saw a flash. Well, I say we do that because 17's actually not horrible for this. So we'll go like this, and then we'll go like that. I guess it's not really a big deal. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, boys, like, in general, the EZAs aren't really that hard, but those ones back in the day were stupid hard. They were stupid hard for no reason. I mean, maybe there was a reason, but yeah, I didn't see it at the time, for sure. But yeah, we might be in for the long haul here, boys, because we're only on, what, stage 2, and we're almost 10 minutes in. So this one might take a little bit of time because they're only going to get stronger as we go through the stages. So, I mean, you know, it would be nice. Also, when you think about it, this 17 is so buns. He's so butt cheeks before he transforms, which you'll never see him transform. You'll never see it, and it's so sad. It really is. Like, that EZA, when they do it, is still gonna be weird. Like, he might be better when he EZAs, right? But he's still gonna be like butt cheek, basically, because you're never gonna see the actual transformation. So it's like, what are we doing? You know? So yeah, that's gonna be interesting, very interesting. And wasn't he the first Dokkan Fest after the 8th anniversary? I want to say, right? I believe he was the first one after the 8th, and then Super Saiyan Vegeta Yeah, I think Super Saiyan Vegeta was the first one after the 9th anniversary, right? Do I have that right? Please correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments chat. Please pour flavor. Let me know if I got that right, if I'm accurate on that. I hope so. But oh, we didn't dodge this, huh? Okay, cool. We didn't. Thought we were gonna take some damage. But we're good. We're good. Buhan, surprisingly, Buhan has aged quite gracefully. You know, like he's not awful, you know, but he's not like super crazy either. But this is also like the power of dodge and guard, right? So he's dodging, he's guarding, and he's stacking, in which case he's stacking really slow, but he's still doing all three of those things, you know what I mean? So he's aged quite gracefully. I can still potentially use him in some areas if need be, right? And then the Buhan transformation is always awesome. You know, we love to see that. I'm actually really surprised also that we still, after 10 years of this game, we still haven't gotten a Kid Buu. Maybe this year, boys. Maybe maybe this year, you know? Just maybe this year we'll be able to get the Buhan and the our new Buhan and a, well, technically hold on, let me dial that back. We technically did get a new Buhan, but he was a TUR. I'm talking LRs, right? Let's talk LRs, people. Okay, we're talking LRs, and we're talking a new Buhan, right? We want a new Buhan, and we want a Kid Buu. 100%. That's all I really want as of right now. You know, we're talking like characters that we haven't gotten yet. Let me know down below who you guys want as far as an LR that you either haven't seen in the game or that you haven't seen in a long time. You know, because definitely an LR Buu or a Kid Buu needs to happen. It needs to happen, bro. I'm sorry, it does. And I know that we basically at the end of last year got a whole bunch of Majin Buu out of nowhere, you know, a whole bunch of Majin Buu Saga Bus just literally out of nowhere. But I'll tell you this, it was nice, you know, it was real nice, and we actually finished that stage. Wow. Okay, we're on 29 now. Also, Amatsu, please, for the love of everything, can we please get a button that skips stages of the EZA, right? If I could jump all the way to 30 and just clear that 30, or like 5 of the stages, whatever, fine, awesome. Or do all of the EZAs the way that you guys do the EZAs for LRs, please, please. The reason I say this is because it takes so long. It takes so long. It's so boring. Please, Amatsu, that's the next quality of life you guys should look at. Please, please, because this having to do the whole 30 stages stuff, dude, we are not in 2015 anymore. You know, we're not 2016, 17, 18, 19. Like, dude, we've been having the same EZA format forever. Please update it so that we can either select the stages or make it just 10 stages like everything else. Please and thank you. Please and thank, like 10 stages isn't like egregious, right? Like it's not bad, you know what I mean? Like it's all right. 10 stages is doable. Like, okay, especially when there's a lot of them, that I can't explain how like bothersome that is. When there's 4 EZAs and they all have 30 stages, and it's like, dude, just make it 10 stages, please. Don't skimp us on the stones or nothing, but like, dude, I have to do so many stages. It's gonna take so long, and you just have to sit there and grind it, especially if you're like a content creator such as myself, you know, and you're like, okay, well, I guess I'll just grind all of these stages so that then I can do videos on it. Like it's ridiculous. Like, no, I'm not saying I don't want to do videos on it. No, I'm just saying I don't want to have to wait forever, like an hour and a half doing all of these stages. Let's say an hour. Let's just say a smooth hour, right? Takes about an hour because it's like 2 minutes per stage, 30 stages, about an hour, right? But I don't want to have to wait an hour in between every single time I want to make a video, and or spend the next 3 hours 3 hours prepping all the stages, 4 hours even, depending upon how many EZAs are there. Like, it gets a little bit much, you know, it gets a bit much, to the point where you're just grinding the game the entire time. Just grind, and it's like, dude, what did I even do this for? To not use the unit, for them to be subpar. That's also why EZAs are kind of important as far as like how they actually perform in game, and excuse me, how cohesive they are. That was a yawn, my bad. How cohesive and usable that they actually are. I should say also viable. How viable they actually are, because they could be used sometimes just forcibly. Like, how easy is it to really use them? You know, like, are they just gonna die, or are they gonna actually do something and be like, yo, I needed that, you know? Like, I love that. I love when EZAs go, oh, I needed that. That's awesome. You know, like, that's always the best. I'm actually curious. Four links, not bad. Okay. Well, this stage should be coming to a close pretty quick, I think. Yeah, let's grab these. We'll just grab those, align those for later, if need be. Then we'll transform into Buhan, just because I also really do like the transformations that are at turn 4, you know, because if they're any later than that, it gets weird, dude. Like, it gets strange. Like, turn 5 is okay, it's all right, but like turn 4 for transformations is the sweet spot. It is, bro. Turn 4, start a battle. Love that. That's fantastic. Love that. You actually get to see the character. They start going crazy, whatever. It's near the end of the fight, or at least short-term fights, right? Like, you get everything all in one shot, you know? I should have the option to basically be able to transform during every fight if I want to, you know? And if they're a stacking character or whatever, that's fine, but give me the option to transform, which is why the Gogeta and Vegeta units are so dope, because you can play them however you want. You can literally stack all game and literally have a win button at the end, or if you want to just be a little bit flashy the whole time, then you can transform right away and just get it done as fast as possible. It might not have the same effect and intensity as if you just waited a little bit longer, you know, a few more turns or whatever, but I like them a lot because of that. And the fact that there's an exchange unit or a tag team unit, however you want to put it, where you're able to stack offense and defense, right? That's dope. I like that. It would be nice though, if I'm being honest, it would be nice if it was flipped. It would be the best if it was flipped. If you could stack defense first before the offense, that would be nice, right? Like, have all of the crazy, you know, let me swap over. Let's say Goku was really the stacker for offense, right? Let's just say that we flip those and Vegeta was defense. That would be cool, you know? That would be kind of cool. Wait, are we guarding? Let me see. Yeah, we are guarding. All right, let's see. And then we'll do this just because it's not type disadvantage. I think this is the last stage, right? This is the last one, I believe. Do not make it difficult. Just let me play the game. But yeah, I do think that the Gogeta and Vegito, I think it would be better suited if they could stack defense first, just to make them, like, I guess you could say, more viable immediately, versus just, oh, I have to stack offense first and then potentially die and then do that. Like, it should be an option as to whether or not you want to stay on defense and just keep stacking defense the whole time, or then switch to offense, because it would make also more sense as far as how the fight is going, because if you stack defense first, then you can stack offense later because you've already stacked a little bit of defense, right? Versus having to do the opposite, which is not as fun, and it drags things out longer. You know, it's not as fun going, okay, well, I stacked very little defense. I stacked maybe 1 or 2 turns for offense. And now if I don't stack defense, I'm gonna die. Like, and then you basically are stacking defense for the rest of the fight, which is kind of but it's kind of butt cheeks. You know, it's kind of awful in that way, because if you spend the rest of the fight just stacking defense, you have no offense, and you're like, okay, well, if I would have stacked the defense ahead of time, I could have then made the decision to either keep stacking defense for a little bit and have a bit of a head start on the defense, so I don't have to stack defense as long, and then start stacking some offense near the end, and then be like, all right, I'm about to do this thing. You know what I mean? Like we could just swap up whenever. I think I would have liked that more. But I mean, don't get me wrong, this is just like a huge nitpick after the fact, right? And I think what I'll do is, to really give a good send-off to the anniversary, is I think I'll do a tier list video of just like the LRs that we have in game right now. In which case, I don't think it'll be like a top 10 or anything like that. I think it'll just be a tier list as far as like D to Z or Z to D, whatever, you know, something like that, because some of these characters have changed quite a bit, and the teams that have been introduced and all that stuff, like Beast Gohan is still honestly a Z tier, which is crazy. I'm not gonna say much more, but honestly, some of these characters are just still stupid. Even the ones that are a little bit old now, you know, they're a little bit older, and they're like, yo, is he still viable? Most certainly. Some of these characters have actually become more viable because of the introduction of the leader skill buff, right? Like, these leader skills are definitely important for not only the future of future of Dokkan, but just in general. Like, some of these characters get revived, and it's so funny to me because they're really that much, like that little bit that they get, that extra little bit, let's say that's like another 40% to stats or whatever, they were that close to being, you know, viable again, you know, which is funny to me, because if you put them on their old teams, they're not as good and they could potentially die or whatever, but all they needed was just a little 40%, you know, just a little 40%, and you're good, dog. You know, that's it. That's all you needed. And that to me is so funny, when a unit just needs a little bit to push them over the threshold. You know, I love that. That means that depending upon how long the character was out, the character was pretty much designed well. You know, Beast Gohan was designed very well. So when you give him a little bit more stats or whatever, he becomes all of a sudden very, very strong, very viable, and whatever. You know, it'll be nice to see that in the future as well, because I'm pretty sure with his EZA, I don't know if they're gonna want to make him dominant again, but I most certainly think that it won't take a whole lot to really buff him to be in good standing with everybody else, you know, because even now, like, he's competing still with some of the best characters in the game, but it's not so much that he is lacking, it's just that they are that much more ahead of him, you know, like they hit the standard for where he's at, and then they got more, you know, so he's still, hey, he's still top of the standard, he's still that guy, you know, but everybody needs to be on his level or above for them to actually be good characters now, which is crazy. Which is crazy, especially in some of like the really, really difficult content, because I could tell you, if I didn't pull the new LRs, dude, I honestly don't know what teams I would have even tried to run the new events with, because if you think about it, that's why they gave out the free unit, right? They gave out the free anniversary LR because they knew, they kind of were like, dude, how are you supposed to do this without these characters? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you actually supposed to do it? That's ridiculous, especially with the fights being so long, especially if you don't got that damage behind you. Brother Bear, you're, whew, I feel for you. I do. But I believe that is stage 10, right? That's stage 10, not 10, 30. I believe that's stage 30. Yep, there it is. We completed it. Let's go, boys. Well, there you have it. This will be probably the second to last video before the anniversary is officially over in my eyes. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys did, Please don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.